What up, Quint? What up? What's happening with you, brother? I knew you'd be. I knew you'd probably be the first one. If anybody, I knew you'd be the first one. Hold on a second. And the stream. What's going on, Russ?
Oh man, nothing much. Nothing much.
Yeah, I am really green. I got my high vis stuff on today.
Yeah, you glowing in the dark, man.
Yeah. Seems like I'm putting off a green glare all inside this truck.
You're not picking up a bad background noise from me, are you?
No.
Okay, I've got my dehydrator running. It's a little hot in here because of it too, but I've got some Hatch chilies dehydrating. I roasted some today on the grill, and I'm dehydrating about a third of what I had out of 5 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Niners.
What's going on, Niners?
What's up, Quint?
Oh, Tiger McCool, he's talking about he liked the chronic green. Yeah, well, this is more like nuclear green.
Yeah, that's the color of that relish that you put on a Chicago dog.
Yeah.
That neon relish. That's some bright stuff, man.
Yep. Yeah, man. So I upgraded my my StreamYard last night, and I spent a few hours making some stuff. John in the house, I know he busy. He was gonna be in here tonight, but I know he's got some stuff going on. He's got the.
How you doing, John? Yeah, it looks better when you ain't got me as big on my screen.
Yeah, like I said, once you upgrade. What up, Ant? What's going on, brother? Yeah, once you upgrade your StreamYard, man, there's so much it opens up. You can put your banner in the background. You can make little videos and stuff, which I was going to do. I was going to start off, but then I seen you in the backstage, so I didn't want to run it. But it's got some pretty cool things, man. Yeah, you can make an intro. Which, matter of fact, I'm gonna run the intro just because I spent time making it last night.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Y'all bear with me. Y'all tell me in the chat what y'all think about this little intro from my live.
That's cool, man.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's real cool. Like that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so John say he working on a few things. I'm sure it's all top secret things right now. Drunken Chef in the building. What's up, man? Hell yeah. Hey man, I appreciate that. I like I said, I was bored last night. We was down all night out here at work, so I didn't have anything going on, and nobody was live late last night, so I was just messing with it. Yeah, appreciate that, man. appreciate that. Cool blues club. Yeah, I could only wish that's where I was in a cool blues club, but you know, it's like Calgon. It just kind of takes you away when you start editing stuff. I don't have any videos to edit, man, because I was sick the entire time I was home. I was lucky to even put that 3rd round video up, but
yeah, I got one shot today. I'll go into editing in the morning. Should have it knocked out by tomorrow night. And if not, I got Sunday too, and then it'll upload Monday, or it'll be published Monday afternoon.
Man, I ordered that MacBook. It was an M1 MacBook, and they sent me something saying that evidently my payment didn't go through or something. Something was wrong with, I must have put a wrong number in or something. So I don't know. I've been doing a lot of research, man. I may just outright buy me something.
That's
Just
the
be
best
done
way,
with it.
man. I'm gonna tell you, when you go through these rent to own things or anything like that, you're gonna pay 3 times what it's worth. You know,
Yeah.
those
Yeah. So
MacBooks and all, they're not. I mean, they're kind of high. I want that. I've got the big 5K big iMac that was out about 8 years ago. I'm still using it. Still runs as good as it did since day
yeah,
one. Knock on wood. But just without the monitor, just to upgrade to the newest and biggest and baddest right now would be about $3,500.
yeah,
And that plus I got to buy a monitor. This came with a monitor. The hard drive and everything's inside my monitor. All you see is a mouse wireless and a keyboard wireless. The rest of it is built into the monitor, you know, and the monitor is only like that thick. And that's it.
yeah,
I mean, you don't have no tower like you do on a PC or nothing like that. It's totally different. And keep in mind, it's 8 years old. It's maxed out as far as RAM and everything I can do to it, but still working good. The only reason I want to upgrade is I want that newest ISO, which is called, golly, what's it called? I can't even think of it right now. I keep getting notification to install it, but it won't let me because this computer is not new enough. So I'm kind of maxed out on ISOs. I can't go no further without changing computers. So at some point I'm gonna have to buy one.
yeah.
You know.
Well, I was looking. There's this one
What's up,
computer
Kenneth?
that is like it's really, really not talked about a lot, and it doesn't really get the kudos it deserves from all the research I've seen in it. And it's a really powerful. It's a PC. It's a laptop, but it runs Microsoft. But it's called the Aero Gigabyte, and it is, as far as all other laptops out there, it, you know how like the MacBook, it has a true 4K OLED, you know, it's, I mean, so when you're trying to color correct and stuff like that, you're getting
Yeah,
true colors. And
that's like this.
this,
This is 5K.
yeah,
Yeah.
this little laptop is the same way, but and it's very, very close to what the M2 chip is doing.
Okay.
And it's got with a 1 terabyte SSID. And I mean, it's just like all the hardware that's in it is some. I mean, I've just been watching video after video after video about, you know, why it doesn't get, you know, nobody can figure it out. It's just not aesthetically, it's not the greatest. So I think that's the reason why it has a downfall. But I mean, for $1,500, you're getting just about the same power as that M2 chip.
Well, that's,
you know,
like
with
that new iMac, man. That thing is nothing but a box about that long, about that tall, and about that thick. That's it. You hook it to a monitor. You got wireless keyboard and all like I got now, and it'll smoke this one, you know.
Yeah. So but, I'm you know, I'm really thinking about maybe, and they sell it at Best Buy. And one of the channels I was watching that was talking about it was saying that they had seen it at Best Buy for like $1,300, on sale for like $1,300. It normally goes for like, it starts off at like 15 and it goes all the way up to like $2,300. So, you know, depending upon what you're trying to get. But
well, what I like is, like, this computer is old enough to still be a mechanical drive built in. Now everything is SSD drives, solid state, you know, and I'm glad of that. Now I've got some solid state drives that I use for, let me see if I can show you one I got. I use this. Yeah, I'm disconnected. Hang on a second.
Yeah, that's like something that I was wondering, if you got a computer that didn't have a very large SSID to, you know, run very good 4K when you're trying to, like, you know, scrub and go through your editing software, if you plug an external SSID, if that speeds it up, you know.
Well, that ain't what I got. This is nothing more but an external hard drive, but it's solid state. You know what I'm saying? when I get this one close to being filled, it's only like $40 on Amazon. I'll just buy another one. That's my backup videos of everything I do. I back it up, fill it up, get another one, you know. And you can also edit from that. It's super fast. Let's say I got a S&S video tied up on my main computer. If I'm worried about running out of like memory and stuff like that, I'll put everything in here, including the library for Final Cut Pro, and I'll edit right out of this SSD drive, and it never affects my hard drive on my computer. And once I'm done with it, I dump everything but the final video, and I'll pull that into a folder, and I save it. You know, I don't save all the clips. Some people save everything. And I don't want to buy the storage for it, man. That's massive. That's a lot of gigabytes, terabytes. You know.
See, if I go with the MacBook, I know, like, as far as just outright buying, I'm gonna have to go with basically the base model. But I mean, the only thing I'd upgrade, I'd at least get the 16 gigs of RAM. But we're talking about, like what Quint was saying, he has a MacBook Air with the M1 chip, 16 gigs of memory, and 1 terabyte solid state drive, and that's cool. But still, you're still getting up there kind of expensive now, you know, with that 1 terabyte. But like I would probably go with the 500 and whatever gigs of SSID. But so the problem that I would run into getting the MacBook Air is, like, the videos that I've watched, trying to set up an external monitor so you can use it, you know, so you can have a second screen. Now, if I had that and I had an iPad and I had an iPhone, then I know that there's that new mode that you can use those as external screens and stuff. That'd be different. That'd be actually kind of ideal for me sitting out here in the oil field. But
yeah, you do a lot of editing on the road, so you need like a, you know, like a tablet type computer.
Yeah, and the fact that I don't, you know, I moved away from Apple as far as phone wise. You know, I
tell you the truth, I've been with Apple for a long time. My first Apple phone was an iPhone 4, and this is the 12, what do they call it, 12 Plus Pro. And that thing, shoot, I use that as another angle, man, for video. That thing of course, yours does too. I've seen what yours does. All of them do nowadays, man. All those Androids, iPhones, they all do a good job. But I just stick with Apple because I have an iMac, and this talks to it. I can check text messages right here on my computer if I could get to pair up right. Right now, it ain't pairing for some reason. I can't figure out for the life of me why. It used to be, if I'm sitting here on my computer, when I get a text here, it would also show up on my computer, and it quit doing that. But everything else talks. I can AirDrop, like all those clips I took today. I shot that with 2 cameras. One was a face cam, and the other one was with this iPhone because I didn't have my cameraman here to run the other cameras. So everything you see is going to be iPhone and one of my Sony's as a face cam, and also tilted that Sony down through some clips on the grill. But that Apple pairs up pretty good to them Sonys as far as colors and this, that, and the other. So, you know, I use it when I can.
And that, you know, and that's kind of like what I'm saying. Like I've got this this Galaxy Note, right?
Yeah.
And I have my Samsung Galaxy tablet that I'm doing this live stream on, and that's what I do my editing on and everything. Yeah. And like I don't have to plug a cord into it. I can basically, I mean, you know, they got their own little thing. It's called Quick Share, and you can share it straight over to, it's just like an AirDrop. So that's how I move all my video footage off of my phone to my thing. Is I just share it to it, and it's there.
I guess everybody's got,
you know, it doesn't dumb down any quality or anything.
Yeah, I guess everybody's went to that technology. Yeah, I know Apple's been doing it for quite a while, but so I keep waiting on the latest and greatest.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I say, like, I mean, if I was still with Apple and stuff, that's the only thing that's kind of shying me away from not actually getting a MacBook is because if I just go with PC, I think that I would have. Now I'm not going to have access to like Final Cut Pro, but at the same time, like I think I would have. I wouldn't run into very many problems. It'd probably be a whole lot easier for me to, be able to plug my tablet directly into my computer and get files and this and that and whatever. And as I grow, I'm sure I'll be able to have a whole plethora of stuff, and it's really not going to be no big deal. Then I can upgrade later, but
right.
But
yeah, whatever works.
I'm really
for
not
you,
trying to spin it. Yeah, that's just the way I'm looking right now.
Apple's not cheap, that's for darn sure.
No,
but I'll never go back. I used to edit on a PC. Oh my God, man! Of course, keep in mind that was a long time ago. They come a long way since then, but it was like I wasn't bald headed until I tried doing it. I pulled all my hair out. Let me put it like that.
So what all you cooked on that Pits and Spits so far?
I've only done the burn in and walk around today, but while I had it fired up, after about 2.5 hours of burning it in, I still had enough charcoal to blister up and char up some hatch green chilies straight out of New Mexico, fresh. I think I told you that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. And I just threw that in the video. My first cook is going to be sometime next week, and it'll go up the following week. This one I'll upload, or it'll public Monday, and then I'm trying to get back on that Monday schedule. Man, these sponsors screw me up with this crap. Trying to post on a Friday and stuff. I hate doing that. But, there's reasons for that I don't even want to go into. But I'll be glad when I ain't got to take any sponsors. I'll be honest with
you. Yeah.
It's aggravating.
Yeah, man. I want to see that. I want to see that Pits and Spits in action. What's going on, Mama and Papa Joe? What's happening, brother?
It's just a charcoal grill, man. It ain't it's not a pellet grill. It's not all set. It's just a grill. And that's what I wanted, because they reached out to me and asked, could we possibly work together? And I looked and seen what they had. And I knew I wasn't interested in their all set, because there ain't no way they're going to beat Lone Star Grills on heaviness.
Yeah.
You can just look at the picture and tell. And their pellet grill, in my mind,
it looks nice though.
Yeah, it looks all right. And it just, it looks so much like all the other ones. But I seen that grill. I'm like, ooh, I want that. Yeah, I'll work with you. And I said, but I got to charge you. And plus, he sent me the grill, so that's a pretty good deal. That's the only way I'm going to do it. I don't need a grill. I don't need a smoker. If you want me to work with you, then we got to talk money. That's the only way I'm going to do it, Otherwise, I don't care. I'll just make a video without anything like that. They do better anyway, but got to make a living too, Got to make a living, especially.
CJ, I caught a little bit of your live last night. Seemed like you had a little bit of you was having some technical difficulties, and then
CJ,
I wound up having to go to the crane. Yeah.
What's up, CJ?
Mama and Papa Joe.
Oh, Mamas and Papas, CJ. Okay. I was thinking of the other CJ. What's up, CJ?
Keenan up in here. Yep. So yeah, man.
We were talking about CJ the other day. He looks like
I'm just ready to get home, man.
He looks a lot like Mo Cason, man. A lot of times I look like that's Mo, but
Mo Cason.
That ain't Mo. Looks a lot like him.
Yeah, he's they definitely favor. They could be cousins or brothers or something.
Oh yeah. Sorry, that was my wife.
For sure.
She been out cutting grass, man. And I've been out shooting videos.
Yeah, man.
We're done now. Done for now, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, my room is such a wreck.
How hot has it been
here? Actual temperature.
How hot's it been over there?
Here? Right here? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's been temperature today was 88, but heat index made it feel like 98, so it wasn't too bad, but it's still stinking hot, man. Humidity's terrible, you know. It's tolerable, but coming out of the AC for a week and a half of doing nothing, that's rough, man. It ain't easy to be me. It's rough, man. It's like a dog sitting on sandpaper. It's rough.
Yeah, I got a rod and lawnmower in my garage. I got to get it fixed, man, because now that my sons are all moved out, it's hard to get them to come over and cut that yard while I'm gone. So I've been having to pay somebody to come while I'm out here to at least go cut the yard once.
Well, I tell you what, I'm fortunate because my wife loves doing yard work, and she bought and paid for a zero turn about 7 years ago, I'd say, something like that. And we just overhauled the deck on it back in the spring when it's still cool before grass season, and bought all new pulleys, all new everything. But I'll tell you how much she loves cutting grass. She don't just cut our front backyard. She cuts the neighbor to my right, the neighbor to my left, the neighbor to my right, the old man across, and they pair, the old man right across the street, and a lady way down here on the corner. And she cuts her grass. I said, you going to wear it out again? You know, but it did last 7 years before we had to do an overhaul on that deck. The deck's in great shape. It's just all the pulleys and everything. We just wore slap out. She's a beast on that thing, but she loves it. She loves it.
Yeah, I think what's wrong with my son, he likes to put that thing in fifth gear and just haul ass, you know.
Yeah.
And he forgets to slow it down when he's going around like the border of the house or something like that. And I think what he's done is he's torqued that deck, and all my pulleys are kind of off and stuff now. So I'm gonna have to overhaul all that.
Yeah, we bought a kit. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Quint cooked his second brisket ever overnight last night. He said it turned out awesome.
Cool.
That's great, man. I want to see some pictures, Quint. I got to see some pictures. I miss some brisket. I've been fiending for some brisket.
Yeah, I ain't had none since that little brisket flat that me and you did over there at Derek's that night.
Have I cooked? I don't know if I've cooked another brisket since I had that. I know I've had brisket since then, but I ended up going to Moe's. Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to do a brisket soon. I got a big old thick brisket brisket point. Last time I did a flat. This time I'm doing a point, which has got the flat on it, you know. But yeah, Porter Road stuff. They sent it to me a while back, and I've got to get that done. I got a pork butt that is just massive that I got to get done. I don't know what all I got in that freezer. It's slap full, man. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but I got to get busy on it.
Yeah.
These weeks fly by so much, and it's like you do one, you know, like me, one video a week. You edit, and then it goes out, and then it's like I don't know, man. Even though I'm retired, doing 2 videos a week is gonna be hard if I end up having to do that or doing that at some point, you know.
Yeah.
But I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm still young.
I'm gonna have to check that out, Quint. Let's see if I can go to Instagram.
What's he saying? Oh, his brisket. Okay.
Yeah. I hadn't been on anything all day.
My extent of Instagram is putting something on there. I might I've been posting reels on there for about 2 months. I used to just post pictures, and I don't never look through the feed, man. Every now and then I'll see where somebody done something. I'll click in there, but I don't pay attention to it a whole lot.
That's good looking. Got some nice bark on there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Is that a whole brisket?
Yeah, I think it was just like a I think he said it was like a 13-pound brisket.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure after he trimmed it and stuff, it probably wasn't nothing more than about 9-10 pounds after he trimmed it.
Yeah.
The seventh son, what's going on, man? I hadn't seen you in here before. Welcome.
That's some of them Hatch chilies I threw on that grill today. Well, what it
Man, them things smell so good when they're roasting.
Oh man, my wife kept saying, "God, that smells good. Man, that smells good." But I'm gonna probably make a powder out of the ones I'm dehydrating.
Yeah, them things.
Imagine making a chili and add your red chili and all like you normally do, but put a little bit of that Hatch chili powder in there with it, man. That's gonna send it over the top. That, and you can actually mix it into a seasoning, like if you had a fajitas or anything like that, put a little bit of that over into your seasoning. It's just gonna amplify it some.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a coffee grinder that I
buddy.
use just for seasoning. I'll bust all that down to a powder, and then I'll vacuum seal it till I get ready to use it. Use what I need and vacuum seal it again. Keep it fresh for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, them things are good, man. That whenever I go to Pecos, I think it's just a seasonal type thing though, because sometimes there's just like a particular time of year you can go to all the little grocery stores in Pecos, and they all got that big old it looks like one of them lottery wheels, and they got a bunch of them in there, and it's just got like a flame that's just sitting there roasting them as they turning them.
Yeah.
And man, it just how the boiled peanut smell when you pull up on like at a it's kind of got that same kind of makes you think about boiled peanut.
We just did more boiled peanuts today too in the pressure pot, in the pressure cooker. Did some more of them. But used to be at Rouse's over here.
Oh, really?
They have a big roaster, and you could buy them already roasted. But they quit doing that last year, and I didn't even ask this year. I said, I'll just roast them myself. It don't take long, man. Throw them over a hot fire, turn them and flip them, you're good. Yeah, Niners Nation, he says,
buddy.
They were out of beef cheeks. Go back and check them, every 2 or 3 days, because they restock pretty frequently, or they have in the past. It'll say out of stock. Within 2 or 3 days, they'll be right back. Just keep checking it.
Yeah, I think they have a section where you can. No, I wasn't Porter Road. That was somewhere else.
You might.
It'd be nice if you could, get on like an email waiting list.
I was getting ready to say, I think you can actually get a notification from them to where they'll alert you. Maybe, I can't remember. I know some of them do. I'm not sure about Porter Road. Yeah, that's like when I did that pork brisket video, man. I looked on there and they sold out in no time. I'm like, oh crap, Now everybody's gonna be telling me they sold out.
Yeah.
So I emailed her and said, hey, you better stock up. I just released that video. Oh, we'll get them restocked. Next day they were back in the stock. I said, okay. But at any rate.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. King says, how you feeling, Mike? You sound, I'm finally starting to clear up. I don't feel so stopped up. Past 2 days I've been really good. I'm gonna say I'm about 95% now, maybe even more than that. My voice is finally starting to get back to normal. I still got a little bit of pressure behind my eyes and nose, but for the most part, I think I'm good. And I actually tasted my coffee this afternoon. So things are looking up.
Yeah, I've been using that Navage almost daily. That's helping me, man. If I don't use it, it kind of resorts right back to that real weird smell, taste thing. But as long as I keep all that flushed out, it seems to be helping.
Yeah.
What's up?
It's
Smoking Joe.
Smoking Joe's, what's happening, brother? What is up? Hey, congratulations on what is that, 170? I think I screenshotted it. Yeah, 170,000 subscribers. Congratulations, my brother. What up?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, he's steaming now, man.
That's awesome.
Moving.
That's awesome. Everybody saying, "Ho, hey Joe, hey Joe." Yeah. Yes, yeah, I got that dream too, Joe. I'm gonna get there one day. One day, I'm just gonna keep at it, continue making these small goals, set these small goals for myself.
Just hit that record button, man.
So what I did, I sat down. Yep. I sat down and I said, you know what? I know what my top goal is, but I made all these little small goals, man. 100, 50 subscribers, 100 subscribers, just little by little, just work them goals.
Yeah.
That way it doesn't get too far out of reach.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't say that I ever set a goal. My only goal, I reckon, was to hit 100,000. After that, I'm like, woohoo, and once that came and passed, and when I hit 200,000, I didn't say a word about it. It wasn't no big deal, man. It's just like, it's
Yeah.
I think I'm at 252 now, and
Yeah.
I don't care, man. I want the views. My views are down. That's what's stinking, Subs are nice, but
Yeah.
you got to have them views. Subs don't pay the bills. Views do. But it took me 10 years to get that much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. I definitely understand. I'm going to move over here next to this tower. It looks like my signal's getting weak.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with my signal.
I tell you what, Niners, he said that his goal was 200. I remember when I first started, it took me 3 months, I think, to hit 100 subs. I'm like, man, I've got 100 people watching me. And then the remainder of that year, the next 9 months, I hit 1,000. And then, it was kind of off to the races. I had some good years in there where it was kicking butt, views, everything. But it's kind of not so hot right now, but hopefully it'll turn around at some point. I ain't about to stop. I got other things depending on it and driving it. So, keep rolling till I just get good and sick of it. But that ain't right now.
Yeah. Niners, you'll get there, buddy. Just keep at it.
Yeah, that first 1,000, that's a pretty good milestone. To me, that was almost as big as 100,000. Just hitting 1,000. That's almost like you've done something, and you really have. And then after that, it just kind of clicks along, and next thing you know, it kind of starts snowballing on you. Then one day you look up and you get ready to hit 100,000, and next thing you know, you're hitting 200,000. And mine kind of slowed down. Though when I hit that 200,000, it wasn't coming in as fast. It's coming in okay. I mean, it's still steady growth, but I just wish the views would reflect that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, don't put my ugly face that big. What's wrong with you? You got to promote it somewhat, Niners. You got Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff. That helps. Get it out there. Where'd Mike go? He just left me hanging. What y'all doing? Welcome to the Smoky Red live feed. He would have left right now. I need another beer. I'm going to have to get up. Oh, you got your shirt, huh? Niners, cool. Appreciate that, man.
I'm going to have to get up. I'm back. I'm back. I don't. I'm back. I'm back. I don't know what's going on. Can you
I
hear me?
don't either. I'm here. Yeah, I hear you, but I'm hearing
Okay.
some sort of. I'm hearing me too, like something I said a minute ago.
Yeah. I don't know. Some reason
Lagging.
am I lagging?
Yeah, right now your screen is lagging bad. Go out there and kick
I don't
that
know what's
tower
going
right
on.
there. Or you park by that tower, go out there and kick it one time.
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's
just
right here.
go there and kick that thing, man. Get it working.
I pulled up next to it thinking I was going to get something's drawing some interference. I don't know what it is. It
You
would
probably
happen.
got a UFO flying near you. You know, all that radiation and gravitational pull is kind of messing with your signal there. It'll go by here in a minute.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm gonna pause this cam for a minute. I got to get a cold one.
Hey, I appreciate that, Quint. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, Quint,
Thank you so much.
Do I need to check my PayPal?
I don't have super chat like everybody else, and I've had several people. I had several people who's hit me up like, "Hey, man, you need to turn your super chats on. We want to donate." And I feel like I'm missing out, and it's like, so I was talking to Quint one night. He was like, "Man, you need to link your PayPal or something." So I did. Quint, I appreciate that, Quint. Thank you. Says figure out how to get all of your videos pop like your first video.
I know how to do it, but my God, it costs a fortune to put out them kind of videos. My boil and seafood videos way over surpass anything else I do, but it's seasonal for one thing. And that last boil I did when Jeff Rice down here, that cook cost me $500 because it was in February and the price of crawfish was $388 a pound. I ain't recovered that money yet because that video did better than anything I've done kind of prior and since then, but it didn't take off like the one the year before that did. The year before that, I think it was working on 700,000 views. That paid for itself quick. But
yeah,
I like to get my investment back right off the bat, and then anything above that is just profit,
Hell
But
yeah.
it don't always work out like that. And what's weird, you might put a video out this week and next year it take off. When crawfish comes back in the season, that video is liable to just take off,
Yeah.
I've had Thanksgiving related videos that didn't do too much that year, but the following year they did great, It just nature of the beast, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Let's see. I sent the wrong message. Niners, you got Quint's message, and I'm that's what I get for trying to multitask.
I would say, what are you drinking? But I know you're at work and you ain't drinking nothing other than Kool-Aid, maybe.
How you know what I got in my cup?
Well, yeah, that's true.
I got some Gatorade, some more Gatorade. I do keep me a little something in my ice chest though, because I have like a 2-hour drive, hour and 45 minutes back to the crew house. So I always make me a little mixy, nothing strong or nothing, but make me a little mixy to have on the way to the house. Cause by the time I get to the house, man, I got to wash my ass and go to bed. I mean, I ain't got no time for nothing else because that 2-hour drive.
I hear you. Yeah.
So
yeah, $3.99 a pound. They were really $3.88 a pound, Joe Butt. That's how. And what dropped my butt was that was February when April got here into May. They were 79 cents a pound. That's the beginning of the season, and they're always high as a cat's back, man. But that was when he was coming down, so we made it happen.
Yeah. He say he gonna grind up the shells and make a crawfish shell.
Yeah, man. Give it some of that. I'll take in boil shells and
Yeah.
reduce it to make like a seafood stock.
Yeah. Make a seafood stock. I
Yeah.
never I don't just throw away my shrimp shells. I peel my
Or
shrimp.
heads.
Yeah, or heads. It's some of the best stock, man. Some of the best stock, especially if you're gonna make a seafood gumbo or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Hey Joe, I don't know if you've seen. See if I can get it back. That's Quint's second brisket ever. He did last
Nice.
night.
Heck yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah, it
Oh,
does.
he got a picture of it all cut up and stuff. Nice thick
Nice smoke
slices.
ring.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Looks good.
Nice smoke
Look,
ring.
looks good.
Yeah,
Got
it
my
does.
mouth watering. Just need a little more salt for my taste. I hear you. Well, it's trial and error, man. After a while,
Yeah,
I don't never measure how much I'm putting on my briskets because all briskets is a little different. I just what looks right, to me, I put it on there and it normally turns out pretty good.
yeah. A lot of
Matter of
times
fact,
on any thick cut of meat like that, I'll do a salt dry brine, for at least 24 hours and really get that salt down in there. That helps
yeah,
also if you're looking for
yeah.
more salt.
I was thinking about so I have two briskets in the freezer. I have a select brisket and I have that Porter Road brisket, and I'm thinking about cooking them both at the same time. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, instead of using kosher salt on that select, I'm going to use regular table salt. I'm going to be careful with it, but I'm going to use regular table salt and do a overnight salt brine with it
You should
and
you
see.
should do it. No problem. It's only going to absorb so much. Whether you go,
Yeah.
24, 48 or longer, it's only going to take so much.
Yeah. I just figured with that table salt, being so fine, I figured maybe, in kosher salt, it's bigger granules. It just takes more moisture to melt the salt granules on that kosher salt. I just want to do a little experiment, see if I can't get salt penetration. And to be honest with you, I've never cooked a select brisket, so kind of curious if I can make that select brisket come out. Now it's not a bad select brisket. I did pick it out, which select, choice, and prime really doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, because I've seen like this select, it's got some pretty good marbling in it. So I mean, I wouldn't even really consider it a select. If my memory serves me correct, I think I picked it out and it looked more like a choice, and that was the reason why I got it.
Yeah.
Wasn't that much of a
Looking,
price difference, but
yeah, looks will tell you everything. Sometimes there's a fine line between choice and prime.
oh
It
yeah,
ain't that cut and dry. Your choice can run from borderline select all the way to borderline prime, and then your prime can run from borderline choice all the way to extreme prime. There's a range in there that, and they sell it as prime, choice, or select. So it's up to your eyeballs to really tell what's going on with it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It'll be my first select. I mainly do choice more than anything.
Yeah, me too.
But I mean, but when I go to Sam's, 9 times out of 10, I can get a prime that's well, it's two different things. I'll wind up with a prime that was only $5 more, maybe $5, $6 more than the choice, and then like total. And then sometimes I'll
Yeah.
find choice, the primes look worsely marbled than the choice does. So I'll just go ahead
Yeah.
and go,
Well,
you know,
one thing for sure, when they grade that, they ain't looking at that brisket. They're looking at a particular part of that cow when it's cut in half around the rib section. They judge that entire cow off that one area as to what it is.
See, I think they need to stop. Well, I mean, in a way, that kind of works out into your favor a lot. You know, I mean, if you really, if you know what you're doing in the supermarket or wherever you're getting your meats, you know, it can really work out to the consumer's favor. But they missing out on a lot, man, because a lot of times them primes just look like. I'm gonna show you this picture. My son, he sent me a picture. I was asleep, but he sent me a picture this morning of 2 prime ribeyes. Where are they at? Oh, you know what? He sent them to me on. I ain't got the picture because he always messages me on Snapchat and all that shit always goes away. Anyways, them 2.
What the heck is Snapchat?
Snapchat is just another social media.
I know what it is.
But he, you know, he always messages me there, and sometimes he won't get back with me, or I won't get back with him or I'll ask him a question back or something. He won't be able to get back with me for, you know, a little while. And I don't forgot what it was that I asked him. And when you go back to the messages, it's gone. It's deleted, you know? So all you got is his response or whatever. Anyways, he sent me a picture of these 2 ribeyes. He's like, bought these 2 prime ribeyes. And I was like, that's nice. I said, not much marbling, it looks like. I said, got to be careful with those primes looking like choice. But, you know, they look good, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought choice.
A lot of people don't realize that.
I bought choice with like maybe 2 or 3 flecks of fat in it that looked like a select, and some of them even looked like a utility grade. And then I've seen choice that was highly marbled that to me looked prime. It just you got to look at it. You know, you got to look at it.
Yeah. Welcome to the channel. What is it? With Nicole, Marie, and Gary. Glad to have you guys. We're talking prime meats and choice meats and select meats at the moment. But yeah, I think, you know, you really have to watch it because, you know, you go in there and you go to the little prime section or whatever, which they normally, you know, let's just say Walmart, for instance. Walmart got their prime stuff on that top shelf. And and you go looking at it and you're like, oh, this is prime beef. And to the regular person, they're not even gonna, if hey, I want a prime steak, I'm going to go buy a prime steak. I don't want choice, I don't want nothing like that. But they're skipping up a choice steak that's, well, it may not be as thick, but it's got way much more marbling. I would rather just not have as thick of a steak and have, you know, instead of having a 1-inch steak, I've got half that, but better marbling. I'd just rather have that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree, man.
It don't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Does not make any sense. But yeah. Well, with Nicole, Life with Nicole, Marie, and Gary, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. There's a lot of knowledge in the chat right now. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do them 2 briskets like that, select versus. I'm sure that's considered prime from Porter Road. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't put my eyes on it yet.
Right.
So, but I'm sure, I mean, from everything I've seen and talking to anybody who's ever had Porter Road brisket, I just know that there's not going to be much trimming involved, and they're normally well marbled. My only other thing to do that's on my bucket list for a video is a Snake River Farm brisket and a Creekstone farm.
I bought a Snake Rivers Farm. I bought and paid for that, and I had it in my freezer for like 3 months, and finally did it on that Masterbuilt gravity fed I had. and didn't shoot a video. And I swear that was one of the best briskets I've ever had. And it's
Really?
like, God, of all times. I've got pictures of it over on my Facebook. Man, that thing had a 1/2-inch smoke ring on it. I kid you not. It was wild. That thing went for 18 hours, low and slow all the way. And I mean, it was good. It was really good, but no video.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I had thought it out. I was going to shoot a video, and Derek, I can't remember what the deal was, but that's back when I shot videos here, and he couldn't get over here. And I said, well, crap, dude, I got a brisket sitting out, and it's ready to rock and roll. I said, oh, well, I guess I'll just cook it off camera, you know. And I said, I got to cook it.
Yeah.
It's ready. And I did. So, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm deducting your paycheck, dude.
Yeah. Newbie Q, I hear you on that. Sometimes you got to really want brisket. And I know in some areas it's not as bad as others, but I'm sure up there where you're at, it's probably can be probably pricey. But you know, I'm sorry. Sometimes I want brisket, and I'll save. You know, if I gotta put, you know, $5-10 here, $20 there, whatever, you know, to save up for a brisket. I mean, I've done that before because brisket prices was high. You know, especially when I first started cooking, like let's just take for instance, my very first brisket I ever cooked. It took me forever just to, you know, just to spend the money on the brisket and cook it knowing that I'm probably going to screw it up, you know, but now I have the mind, and I didn't. I mean, it turned out great, but I mean, I've had better, you know, but it wasn't dry or anything like that. But now, if my present day self could talk to my past self, I would say just buy it, because even if it did turn out dry, you can still chop it up, put some barbecue sauce on it, make sandwiches, make baked potatoes.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much you can do with brisket. I mean, it's not going to go to waste. It's still going to have a good flavor.
I tell you what, if you got a dry brisket, instead of wrapping it in foil, if you really want to capture all that jus that comes out of it, put it in one of these aluminum trays, wrap it tight with foil, and let it finish off in that. And then once you chop it up or whatever, if you're going to chop it, pour all that juice back in there and let it absorb it, man. But it's going to dry back out if you don't eat it soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's
one way. Yeah,
I seen Jeff. I seen Reiser. He did one. I think this was back when he was sponsored by that company that was sending him all them wines and stuff like that. He did beef ribs this way, and I seen him do or not beef ribs, but beef short ribs. And I seen him do a brisket this way. He smoked that brisket and them beef ribs. It was 2 different videos, and he put them in a hotel pan and poured a bunch of red wine in there with it, then covered it up, put it back on the pellet grill, and cooked it. And was like, man, it's good, you know. But I mean, I guess it just kind of all depends on, you know, and that's what I like. I don't like sticking to one way of doing things. A good salt, pepper, garlic, Lowry's brisket is probably my favorite, but I'm not scared to venture off and do something different with that brisket, because there's so much you can do.
I do, you know, stuff so much every time. I did a stuffed brisket about a year ago, and I actually stuffed it full of stuffing. You know, that brisket was good too. But,
hey, I bet a brisket, I'm sure there's a way you could do it. You probably have to do it about probably after about like just before you go to wrap it. But man, if you smoke a brisket and then maybe when you pull it off to wrap it, kind of make a pocket in between the flat and the point where that fat is, maybe open it up a little bit, make a pocket where you can put a bunch of boudin or something up in there. I bet that would be good. Maybe even season the brisket with some some powdered crawfish boil or crab boil. You know what I mean? Just a little bit, just to kind of go with that theme. Hey, that might be an idea there.
Yeah.
Might be an idea there.
You got some questions in there. There it is, right there.
Let's see. We live in an apartment that doesn't allow smokers or grills. We love barbecue. What is the best way to make good barbecue in the oven? I can tell you this. If you go to this man right here, Russ with Smoky Ribs Barbecue. Hey Quint, can you plug his link for his channel in there? He has got a video just recently. Which video was that you were showing that liquid smoke? And not the bullshit liquid smoke, the real liquid smoke.
The real liquid
that
smoke.
Was the
hang on a second. You go to
I can't remember what it was, just recent, pretty recent. But he's got a video.
Oh, Memphis Mop barbecue sauce and pig.
Yeah,
wings.
That's right. That's right. And you got to be careful with that stuff and listen to everything that man says. And the video is not about cooking in the oven. But if I were going to say you wanted a little bit of smoke, that would be the stuff that I would use. And
1 tablespoon will do 5 pounds of meat if you rub it on. You got to use it sparingly.
So if we're talking ribs, or a pork butt or something like that, let's just say ribs, for instance, because that's one of the easiest things to do in the oven. If you're going to do it in the oven, I would probably rub it down, put your rub on there, and throw it in there low and slow like you would a regular pit, like let's say 220, and just let it go for 4 or 5 hours, and just take a toothpick. If you don't have a thermometer or something like that, take a toothpick. When that toothpick is going in that meat like butter, man, I mean, just before it goes in there like butter, that's when I'd probably take it out. Maybe wrap it up a little bit.
I think Harry Sue has the best description of that. He says when it feels like you're going through peanut butter in a jar. That's about the texture you're looking for, peanut butter.
Yep. May have to make a barbecue in the oven video.
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Then you take and wrap it in foil tightly, put it in an ice chest, wrapped in towels or something, and hold that thing for at least 3 hours. That'll really relax that meat, and you should be good to go. You'll get barbecue taste. It's not true barbecue. You can't get true barbecue without real smoke. But this liquid smoke is made from real smoke. It's distilled hickory wood that's been distilled to a liquid. That's all it is. And
you can get that. You can get that on Amazon, or do you have to order it from that company?
I've got it in my Amazon store, but you can also get it from the sausage maker. That's about that particular brand. That's about the only place you're gonna find it. That stuff you buy in a bottle at Walmart or anywhere else in that little bottle, that is not real liquid smoke. They add, it even says so. They add smoke flavor. What does that tell you? It's artificial. They've got colorings in there. They got caramel water. They got oh crap, I done forgot, but it's got seasonings in it. This stuff I'm talking about, that liquid was actually the condensation that it creates from the wood, the moisture in the wood, and that is that. They don't add no water or nothing. That is pure
kind of reminds me of
smoke.
Kind of reminds me how we used to make ink when I was back in my younger days when I was locked up. I used to have to take
when you was in jail.
Yeah, we used to take some cellophane or like a potato chip bag and clean it out real good. And we would burn toilet paper, like just different kinds of paper and stuff. And that bag would catch all that soot. And then you would open up the bag and then you would mix it with like baby oil. And that's how you got your black ink.
Yeah. Yep. My youngest son would probably know all about that.
Yeah, man. It's funny. That's funny. That's so funny.
Yeah.
But
that's about the only way you're going to remotely come close to a real barbecue flavor, you know.
Yeah. I mean, Nicole, Marie, and Gary. I don't know if this is both of y'all or just one of y'all. But you don't have to have the liquid smoke. Just like who said it? Who said it? I think it was where's it at? I can't find it now. But yeah, you can use like in your rub, if you're making your own rub, you can use, or even if you're not making your own rub, you can add to the rub that you're using. You can add smoked paprika and other different smoked spices. I mean, there's a lot of them out there that you can add to it. Yeah, and give you smoked salt as well. And that's going to add a little bit. It's not going to be a lot. It's going to be very mild, but I mean, in all actuality, if you want some ribs, I'm surprised, most apartments, they'll at least let you have like an electric grill or an electric smoker to have out on your porch.
They actually make a thing that you put wood chips in, you light it, and the lid slides over it, and you put it in the oven. But I'd be scared of that because the smoke is not flowing through it like it does a grill. And I think it would become like an acrid smoke easily, so I wouldn't recommend it. I've never tried it, but there is such a device out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice if, most places had, most homes and apartments and stuff had good enough, hood vents to be able to maybe smoke in your oven. That might be a disaster there. I wouldn't tell you to do something like that.
Well, every apartment I ever lived in, we had patios, and there was never that in the contract. So, of course, I didn't have big offsets or nothing like that back then. All I had was a grill of some sort, but it was allowed. But there is a lot of them nowadays. Really depend on the state and the city and everything else you live in that they just won't allow it. I've had tons of comments like that, that we live in an apartment, we can't have a smoker, this, that, and the other, and what would you recommend? I'm like, move. That's what you do. Buy a house.
Yeah. I mean, I know over there across the bay where I live, there's a couple of apartment complexes that we lived in, and they were like, yeah, you can have electric. We have gas out at the pool. You can use, the gas grills there, or you can even bring a charcoal grill to the pool if you want to. But they were like, no. So I had my own garage, and I was building motorcycles and stuff in my garage. But I'd also have my pits. I'd also have my pits in there. So I would just go down there, and it wasn't part of the apartment building. It was actually kind of in between all the buildings or whatever. So it was its own structure. I'd go down there and pull my grill out or my smoker, and that's where I would barbecue, because I refused to. I had one of them cheap red. I forget what brand that is. Walmart sells them. They kind of look like a R2D2 or something, almost like a Weber Smoky Mountain, but it's electric. And
Brakeman made that.
Yeah, I think so. And I had one of those as well. And I mean, if that's all you can have or something like that, it'll definitely get you through to have some kind of smoke at least. But you still got to watch those. Those things can catch on fire too.
Yep.
But that's all they would let you have on a porch of your balcony or your porch at them apartments was something that was electric. No, thank you.
Well, I tell you what, my little PK100 I use on sausage is electric, and I love that thing. But that's all I use it for: smoking bacon, smoking sausage. And you ain't gonna find really any other smoker that can get down the low temps this thing can. I mean, you just ain't gonna find it, It's perfect for sausage making. Works like a dream.
Oh,
it puts a really good smoke on it, man. It puts a great smoke on it. I wish you could have tried some of that stuff I've done in the past. like the beef sticks and the bologna and summer sausage. Man, I was shocked.
Something tells me that you'll probably make it again. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's stuff coming. There's stuff in the works, man. I always got the wheels turning, you know. So
Mr. Trumpet in the house. What's crack-a-lacking?
I'm actually getting ready to do another. Actually, it's going to be a homemade hot dog, but it's going to have the chili seasoning and everything inside the hot dog. It's called an inside out chili dog. I've already got the seasoning. Yeah, I've already got the seasoning and everything. They sent me some casings, but I've got some of these cellulose cases to make like a skinless hot dog with. I think I'm gonna use those.
Yeah.
And go from there.
I actually sent was that Made by Meat or Meet Your Maker? Meet Your Maker.
Yeah, Meet Your Maker. Yeah.
Yeah. I sent them an email because I'm probably gonna buy their half horsepower grinder. And so before I do though, I just sent them a message. I'm sure, I mean, worst they can do is say no, but
what's the price difference? What's the price difference between their half and their 3/4 or 1.5? Just curious.
If I'm not mistaken, it's a few $100s, I believe.
Shoot, I think I would bite the bullet and go ahead and get the big boy. You ain't never got to worry about that thing.
Yeah, I just can't never. I don't know. Let's see.
Unless it's something you're going to use every now and then, you know.
Yeah, the 1.5 horsepower is $700. The 1 horsepower grinder is $500, and where's the 0.5 at? Huh. I don't see the 0.5.
Might be out of stock right now.
Could be. They have a 500 watt for 119, but I wouldn't buy that.
No.
I think that 0.5, I'm wanting to say that it was like $300. Like okay. Right at $300.
I got a 3/4 horse, and that thing, man, for a 3/4, it does a good job. But I bought it really before all this COVID stuff. Well, I don't know. I think COVID
they got the 0.75 horsepower grinder for $449.
Okay, yeah. It's all depending on how much you'd use it. Really, I started off with an LEM from Academy, man, $80 for that grinder, and it did all right when it was new, but it was a piece of crap, you know. But what do you expect for $80? But I didn't use it very often. So when I knew I had to do the sausage series, I went ahead and ordered one. And, you know, the one I ordered is probably built in China, but hey, it does good. I bought new dies for it. I mean, it came with some, and I bought the sharpeners for the dies and the blades and everything. And I haven't had any issues. It runs really quiet too, you know. $350. Jack's Drinkwater bought one just like it.
I just watched a video from that guy, Eat More Vegans. And he tried his hands at a sausage for the first time, and he was using
You must have seen him because of Chud.
I didn't know nothing about him until I seen him on Chud's video. And
I tell you what, did you see that thumbnail where he's got a sausage in his mouth and Chud's got a sausage? Like, ooh, boy, I felt uncomfortable with that thumbnail. I don't know if I'd been a part of that. Golly.
I would have done it,
bro.
I would have done it. That's hilarious, though. But no, I mean, other than that dude's red top hair, I don't know what's going on with that. But it was actually a pretty entertaining video. He did that. He did a bacon cheeseburger sausage, and I don't think he had his salt down right. And he says it in the video. It was good. And I commented on the video. He commented back, and he was just like, yeah, he said, I don't think I had my salt down right, but I'm going to perfect that sauce because it was some damn good sausage. Which, I mean, it's a good idea. I mean, I'm sure that plenty
it's
of
trial
other
and
ones.
error, man. It's trial and error. When you do a sausage for the first time, you know, you'll pick up things like, yeah, I should have done this, a little less of that, and then the next run's probably going to be spot on, you know. But
Yeah,
that's just
yeah,
the nature of the beast. That's one thing I like about PF Seasonings, though. When they send you that package, you're good to go, man. You're good to
yeah.
go. I've only had one sausage that I did not care for. That. Hang on a second. All right, my wife's got to go buy garbage bags. Which credit card do I buy or use or debit card? Neither one of them. You pay for it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Well, I would love to keep this going, but I just seen that Rick's Barbecue and Specialties is gone live, and he's talking, and so he's in that competition still. So he's one of the three that's still in that competition. So I know he's trying to promote and things like that. So if everybody on the chat wants to run over there to his live, I think that's where I'm going to go and show some love and things like that. And I'd love to stay. I might go live again later on tonight I may just be bored and come back on later on if ain't nobody else is on there. But I definitely don't want to step on Rick's toes. I know he's trying to get his stuff going. And so if everybody wants to run over there to Rick's Barbecue and Specialties, I don't have his link. I'm sure somebody can put it up. But Russ, thanks so much for coming on and hanging out with me.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
I'll hit you up in a little while. If you ain't doing nothing later, we may go live again, maybe just shoot the shit or something like that. But if not, we can definitely.
Yeah, man. I'm just chilling, drinking beer, watching TV. My work's over for today.
Make sure if you're not, I'm sure everybody in this chat is subscribed to you. I'm sure, because the only other person I wouldn't think that isn't would be Life with Nicole Marie and Gary. Make sure that you go and subscribe to Smoky Ribs. That man is a legend right there. And it's very gracious that he comes on and messes around with these lives. And
I enjoy it, man. I enjoy it.
I sure appreciate it. I'm gonna run this little outro for everybody. And
later.
We'll holler at y'all later.
Cry about it, no boo-hoo. Life was never what it seemed, buddy, who knew? I could tell the real from the fake, smell a snake a mile away. Feel like something I can get used to, whoa. Still think I'm the shit if the kicks Velcro. But never make a